In today's video, I am going to teach you how to set up a Klaviyo email for specific product. To get started, open your Klaviyo account and take a moment to locate the Flows section. Flows is where you create automation that sends emails based on specific actions. When you are on the main dashboard, look for the menu that says Flows. Click Flows and then choose Create Flow. This takes you into the area where Klaviyo lets you build automated journeys without having to start from a template that may not match your needs. Next, you will want to create the flow on your own. Select Create on Own. This option is useful because it gives you control over which trigger you choose and how the flow behaves. Once you select that, Klaviyo will guide you through the setup. Now you need to select the metric that will act as the trigger for your email. A metric is the event that starts the flow. In this case, you will choose your metric as the trigger. When the trigger settings appear, click on the option to select the metric, and then choose the one that matches the product event you care about. Take your time here and make sure you are choosing the correct event, because this will determine when the email will send. After selecting the metric trigger, you will be asked to choose the product source. This is where Klaviyo connects to the store platform that is tracking your orders. Choose product, for example, Shopify, since that is a common setup for product and order events. If you are using a different integration, you would select that one, but the idea stays the same. You want to connect the flow to the system where your product and order data comes from. Once the platform is selected, you will see a list of available actions or events related to that product source. Look for the event called Placed Order. Select Placed Order. This means the email flow will trigger when a customer places an order, rather than at an earlier stage. It is a reliable starting point for product-specific messaging because it confirms that the purchase action actually happened. After you choose Placed Order, you should continue confirming the trigger settings. At this point, Klaviyo is basically saying, start this flow when someone places an order, and then you can later narrow it down to specific products, if your configuration includes that. Even though the main focus here is the specific product email setup, choosing the correct order trigger is the foundation that everything else builds on. Now, before you move on, make sure the configuration is saved. Click Save. This step matters because it locks in your trigger selection and ensures that Klaviyo will not lose your work when you continue creating the rest of the flow. If you see a confirmation that saving was successful, you can feel confident that the trigger is now set. Once the flow is saved, you are essentially ready to proceed with the next parts of building your product-specific email. However, based on the instructions for this walkthrough, the setup step you are completing right now ends after saving your trigger configuration. So you can end easily from here, knowing that your flow has the correct trigger foundation in place. That covers everything you need to know, and that is all there is to it.